It's that time of the month again. Time to choose a game for this month's WTF games you've never played. You know, I really hate doing this. I mean, there are so many weird and obscure games that I own, and narrowing them down is just a chore. I mean, should I review another retro game? Or maybe something on the PlayStation 3? Ooh, Metal Saga. I've been dying to review that one. But then again, I just got myself a 3DO and a CDI, and
it's astounding. Time is fleeting.
God damn it, who the hell's calling me now?
Madness.
God, I wish when I'm working!
But listen closely.
Hello?
Every day I cut myself because I look at your profile and your user movies, and all I see are bad games on the PlayStation 3 and such. It disgusts me. Now you better make one for PC. I got a good one. Rise of Nations. You better do it for your own sake.
Fine. Oh God, he wants me to review a PC game? To be honest, this is not the first time someone's asked me to review a PC game. When I first started WTF, somebody asked me to review Dreamfall, but the game wasn't working properly on my PC. In fact, a lot of you people on the PC forums may have seen my topics asking for help for flickering games, games that don't appear only when I get the sound, stupid things like that. But let's put that aside and talk about the PC in general. When I was growing up, I used to play a few of these things, mostly SimCity and Rampage games, but later on I got into King's Quest and The Sims. I have other games like Far Cry 2, Fear, The Witcher, and Mass Effect, but to be honest, the PC is the system I've ignored the most. It isn't that I don't like the games, it's just that I'm sick of fighting with the stupid thing to make them work. However, there's one game in particular that I really enjoy. It's called Rise of Nations, and it's easily one of my favorite PC games of all time. This is Rise of Nations. It was released on the PC in 2003 by Big Huge Games and published by Microsoft. So here's your menu screen. It's pretty basic in terms of what you would expect. You have the tutorial, Conquer the World campaign, which is the meat of Rise of Nations, the solo game where you can customize a single match, online multiplayer, options, tools and extras, which give you scenarios to beat and edit, and the credits. But it's the Conquer the World that I want to talk about, so let's select that. The game gives you 5 scenarios to choose from. You can play as Alexander the Great during the Classical Era, fight as or against Napoleon during the Enlightenment Age, conquer the New World as the Americans or the natives, the Cold War, and my favorite, World Domination. After you select World Domination, you get 18 different nations to select from. Each nation has their own unique abilities, units, and bonuses. For example, the Persians have the power of ceremony. This gives you 50% more food, the chance to build 2 capitals, the enemy must capture both, a 30% discount on civic research, tax bonuses, and a caravan bonus. But the only nation I care about are the Aztecs, with the power of sacrifice. The Aztecs are my favorite nation to play as, and I always make it a goal to destroy Spain every time I play this game. Now here's your overworld map. It resembles the board game Risk on many levels and sort of plays the same way too. You move your army token to different areas to capture land. You will notice that each territory comes with special bonuses. Cards give you extra powers that you could use in the beginning of each battle to gain an advantage. Diamonds represent natural resources that will increase your starting resource count. Cannonballs means you get more troops. Treasure chests offer tribute, which you'll use to upgrade your cities. So let's start off by attacking California. There are several different battle types you'll face, and this is one of them, War Party, where you have to destroy 25 enemy units in order to take over the territory. As you can see, the game looks like your typical RTS, and it controls like them too. You move around with the mouse, click on your troops to select them, and click again to make them do what you want. Very simple. Anyways, onward to victory! So after you win the battle, you get this little victory screen that tells you what bonus you've earned before going back to the overworld map. Now you'll notice that the other 18 nations are also very busy in taking over the world. Territories will be conquered and whole nations will be killed off. The game will also naturally advance and evolve as time goes on, offering you better technology and science. With so many nations going to war, you'll soon find that you need allies. And if you want, you can negotiate treaties with your neighbors to assist you in combat and give you resources. You can offer them land, resources, or tribute to get them to join you. Now let's show you how a conquest battle takes place. This is the meat of Rise of Nations. First you decide which nation you want to go to war with. I want to fight against Abe Lincoln of the Americas. Then you pay the war tribute and go to battle. At the start of the battle you are given objectives, usually involving capturing the capital or destroying the enemy buildings. Here is your first city. You start off with a meager amount of troops, a farm, and a timber yard. That is it. Your cities grow in size as you upgrade them, but for now we must build it up ourselves. In Rise of Nations, knowledge is power. The more you research, the stronger your nation gets, and you'll be able to advance to the next era, giving you a huge advantage over your enemy. But remember, this is a race, as your enemy will also be advancing as well. To do this, you must upgrade 5 different categories in your library. Military research gives you stronger troops and a higher population cap. Civic centers allow you to build more cities. Commerce lets you build merchants, allows you to make trades and govern taxation levels. And science assists in technology and how efficient your farms, mines, and timber workers perform. Over here you have your resources: food, timber, metal, gold, and knowledge. Later on in the game you'll also need to monitor oil for your tanks, planes, and ships. There are also a wide variety of buildings you could build. Temples let you tax people and produce religion, which increase borders and city health. Forts and towers protect your city from outsiders, as well as giving you generals and spies to aid in combat. You can also build a Senate Hall, which changes the kind of government you want to play as, which gives you different bonuses depending on what you choose. Now I'm going to oh shoot! I'm being attacked by Abraham Lincoln! Now really, how cool is that? How many games will have you saying that you are being attacked by Abraham Lincoln? That is awesome. Combat is your typical rock, paper, scissors format. One troop will be strong against another while weaker against the third, so you need to keep your armies pretty well balanced as you charge forward. Now, speaking of charging, I think it's time we show Lincoln that the Aztecs are not going to be pushed around anymore. That's right, baby. Like a bad movie from the Sci-Fi Channel, the Aztecs are attacking Los Angeles. How awesome is that? Once their defenses have been taken down, you move your troops into position and take over the city. Then you must defend it for a whole minute before it converts to your side. Now that we took over some more of Lincoln's cities, let's finish the job by taking over his capital in New York City. Nice. You can see that by proving my military superiority over their enemies, other nations are now asking for an alliance. Quickly, let's use this to advantage and wipe a nation off the face of the earth. If you go to war with an ally, they will begin building on the map with you. This gives you a huge advantage as you could use their territory to start building closer to the enemy land. Now let's take this advantage and exterminate the Lakota. I'm just going to skip ahead to show you the victory screen, and BAM! Lakota are dead and buried. The final thing I wish to talk about is the age advancement. I already mentioned that the game evolves naturally over time, so let's fast forward to see what war is like in the modern combat situation. Now, I was planning to fight Cortez, but Napoleon had already destroyed him, so I'm going to settle with Napoleon to get my revenge. Anyways, as you can already see, the game has turned around completely. You can now build things such as wonders, like the Statue of Liberty or the Roman Colosseum, which gives your cities advantages in many different categories. When you reach the modern age, you'll need to be a lot more observant, because now attacks can come from the air, the sea, ground, spies, and even saboteurs who could sneak into your territory and blow up buildings. However, the biggest worry you'll face comes in the form of missile silos. Both you and your enemy will be able to build these for long-distance attacks. And the problem comes, however, that later on in the game, you can even build nukes. And what do nuclear weapons do in this game, you may ask? Well, let's find out. Death and destruction, baby! That's right. However, you notice that little counter in the upper right-hand corner? That's the Armageddon countdown. For every nuke you or your enemy drops, that counter goes down. And what happens when it reaches 0? That's right. Armageddon. You even get this great ending screen. I love it! Whew. Well, this review was a mouthful, and I hope Robbie appreciates it. Anyways, this is Rise of Nations. There's always more to talk about when it comes to an RTS game like this, but I think I covered all that needs to be said. This is a great game and easily one of my top 3 PC games of all time, so please give it a shot. The Gold Edition with the expansion pack is being sold for dirt cheap, so now there's no excuse for you not to get it. Thanks everybody for joining me this month on WTF Games You Never Played, and I hope you enjoyed it.